What is the formula for potential energy? Take a minute to pause the video and talk about it with your neighbor. Your formula for potential energy is mass times gravity times height, where m is represented by mass and is always measured in grams, g is your gravity and is 9.8 meters per second squared, and h is your height and is typically measured in centimeters or meters. In this lab, we'll be investigating potential energy. What's the formula for potential energy? If you said mass times gravity times height, you are correct. How does the height affect the energy of an object? In this lab, we'll be testing the potential energy of a ball, a toy car, a bear, a science book, and I'm going to use scissors as the object of my choice, but you can use whatever else. On your paper, you need to complete and find the potential energy for each object. So for each object, you need to find the mass using your triple beam balance. So once again, you can easily place each object onto the scale to find the mass of it by adjusting it accordingly. So the white line, so the point lines up with the white line. And you can make sure you fill your mass in for each object. Gravity is the same for each object. You should know what gravity is. We are going to use 9.8 as each object always falls at 9.8 meters per second. Now your height is different, okay? You have meter sticks, so you need to choose the distance that you're going to drop each object at. Do you want to drop it at 1 meter, 2 meters, 1.5 meters? You can choose the height, you choose the drop, the bear, the ball, the car, the scissors, and the book at. Do you want to drop it at 1.5 or 2? It should be the same for each object. Make sure you include your units for each one. So for mass, make sure you have grams. For height, make sure you have meters. After you fill in the measurements, your mass, your gravity, and your height for each object, you can go ahead and solve. Mass times gravity times height, and make sure you use your unit when you fill it in. Which object had the most potential energy? Which object had the least potential energy? Pause the video and take time to answer each question.